Thank you, Madam President. And thank all of you for sharing your opinions and your stance today. For me, I stand today at the intersection of democracy and dignity. I have to remember the oath I took, but I also have to remember who I'm in covenant with as I live from day to day. And I think what we are witnesses is not just a simple policy shift. It's a coordinated restructuring of democracy itself. When we think about the map that we have now, I combined it with the federal executive order ensuring citizenship verification and integrity in federal elections, our own Florida version of the SAVE Act. And I think collectively they represent a dangerous convergence of power, politics, and voter suppression. I believe that the Florida Constitution, through the Fair District Amendment, explicitly prohibits partisan gerrymandering. That's packing and cracking of any group of people, regardless if they're white, black, or Hispanic. And yet we have this proposed map shifting Florida's delegation to be specific to Broward County. We are losing 2 Democratic seats in Broward County. It's like if I have my hand and somebody just cut off 2 fingers for no reason. Whole hand working, no complaining, good, strong hand. And then I just lose 2 fingers for no apparent reasons. I can't explain that to the voters. But community like mine feel some kind of way when these things happen by government, feel like they're being targeted and attacked. And I'm not going to presuppose or insult anybody by trying to determine what they're thinking. I have a background in public administration, not psychology or psychiatry or any of that. But I listen at people and how they feel and what they share. And what's difficult for me is, regardless of what political party you're in, when people say government, y'all, that's inclusive of all of us. They see us all together. And as we find ourselves in this moment with these maps, we have to really ask ourselves, is political power that important? So important that we prioritize it over people. I think we're setting a dangerous precedent. Redistricting is supposed to occur once a decade. And we can argue, I let you lawyers do what you do, I'm not a lawyer, if it's legal, unconstitutional. But for me, I ask myself, is it moral? Is it the right thing to do? I go through these series of questions, and I'm sure you do too. Is it politically motivated? Is it nationally coordinated? What about the timing? Eliminating 2 congressional districts in Broward County. How do I reconcile that to voters in my county? I keep hearing us say a lot about race. It really, really confuses me because I believe that God created us in his image. I wish we could just get away from all of this race stuff. What does it really mean? Does it mean black people and white people? Does it mean black, white, and Hispanic? It's relative to what we're talking when we're talking about whatever we're talking about. But I can tell you that it keeps us divided, and it keeps us in a position that we have a system that has this whole notion of this value gap, where we use this bad word called race to determine who gets what, when, and why. And it's not God's thing. He created us all in his image. We're all his children. Really wish I could ban that word. Cause a lot of harm, cause a lot of us to be at odds when we shouldn't be. If we saw all ourselves as equal people and equal value, and we work to provide for each other what we want for ourselves, I think we could govern better. And as I continued to think about this whole time of where we're at, and for me, I connect the dots. So the March 2026 executive order mandates federal involvement in voter verification system. Now, to me, this undermines the fundamental principle that states, not the federal government, administers elections. It raises serious constitutional concerns about government overreach and coercion. I'm required because of the covenant who I'm in covenant with as I live from day to day. So let me just say it like this. I'm required to act justly, love mercifully, and walk humbly with God. And what we're doing here today for me is not just, it's not merciful, and it's certainly not about being humble. It's about using power to gain more power. Let me move to our Florida version of the SAVE Act that we went through in the original legislative session that requires proof of citizenship and expand verification systems. But in practice, it removes voters that cannot quickly verify documentation. It disproportionately impacts, I believe, seniors, Black and brown voters, women, and low-income residents. For me, it's a clear signal that we're sending a message that we're trying to stop voters. And when we combine these things collectively, the government, federal government, state government, local government, most people don't even know what the roles of each are. It's just the government. When we combine the gerrymandered map, the federal voter verification mandates, and state-level citizenship restrictions, we create a certain kind of system. We create a system where districts are predetermined, voters are filtered, and outcomes are engineered. And for me, brothers and sisters, that's an erosion of democracy. This guy, Amos, had a nickname called Prophet, talks about justice rolling down like water and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. When we make decisions like we're making today in the way that we're doing it, we set up political dams that keep water. We know when water flows, it nourishes everything it touches. But we continue to have public policy after public policy, decisions that are made that stops the water from flowing to certain places, certain groups of people. So again, for me, it's not just about the oath I took. It's about who I live in covenant with every day. And for those reasons, I cannot accept a future where maps choose voters, laws exclude citizens, and power overrides principles. In a democracy, voters are supposed to choose their leaders, but actions like this suggest that we're using our authority to choose voters. And in closing, brothers and sisters, it's your decision, it's your choice. I wouldn't insult you by trying to tell you what choice to make. But remember, we're still writing history every day. We're writing the days of our life. Some of us are living bold and beautiful. Others are living young and restless. Some are living as the world turns, one day at a time. They really don't care. But remember, your vote and your decision will say where you stood. Did you stand on the side of power Will you stand on the side of power, or will you stand on the side of the people? I'm voting no, because I'm standing with the people.